Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about how you can develop a reading habit. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and if you like my content, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Reading is one of the finest blessings in life, and it's a pure joy. It not only allows you to stay away from gadgets, but it also allows you to travel from the comfort of your home, from the comfort of your bed, to be more precise, if you read in bed. But yes, the point remains that through reading, we get to experience so many different things that we can't even imagine experiencing in real life. And reading is something that acquaints us to all the other perceptions and opinions of a lot of other people, which we might slap them in real life if we hear those words coming out from other people's mouth. Now, the one thing that I've noticed is since the pandemic started, a lot of people have gotten into the groove of reading. And a lot of people just want to read because they want to decrease their screen time, they want to get a new hobby, or they just like the idea of reading and they want to experience it for themselves. The things that I'm going to be mentioning in this video are in no particular order. They are just things that I think will help you as a beginner reader. Number one, read what excites you the most. Don't be like, okay, this book is recommended to me by one of my best friends, so I'm just gonna read it. No, read what you are looking forward to the most. So to begin things off, don't read anything that you're not excited about. Read the thing that you are most excited for, even if you have to wait for a couple of months for that book to come in stock or for that book to get released or whatever. Number two is to dedicate some time specifically out of each day for reading. In the beginning, it's going to take time. You will have to do the math, a little bit of it, to see the book through, your first couple of books through, because it's something that you are doing for the first time, or it's something that you are doing as a beginner, so it's not in your habit to keep doing it. So you have to push yourself. And one more important thing is to make it comforting. Make the act of reading comforting. A lot of people say read before going to bed, but I personally wouldn't suggest that if you are a beginner, because what it would do is that it would put you to sleep. What it would trigger a response in your body, and you'd be like, okay, I need to sleep. What should I do? Let me read a book. That's going to induce sleep in you every single time you are going to read a book. Number three is to remove distractions. One distraction are our smartphones or a laptop, but just remove distractions from reading, because it's obviously something new that you are doing. So you will be easily distracted if you hear a ping from your phone or a notification from someone or some app or whatever. So just put your smartphones away, or if you are reading on a digital device, then put it on airplane mode, because that will help obviously in removing all the notifications and just keep you distraction free. The next thing that a lot of people say or suggest for beginner readers is to make notes so that you will remember what you have read later on in life. When I am taking notes, or when I sit down with a pencil and with a notebook, it just makes me not feel comfortable while I'm reading a book. It just makes it more formal, and I want reading to be a leisure activity, something that I really enjoy doing. So I sometimes, when I'm making notes, I use the notes app on my phone and I just quickly type what I'm thinking and just close it off. Or sometimes I just click photos of the page that I want to remember later on. So do that. Or if you really like annotations and writing things down, then maybe it's perfect for you. Go ahead and do that. Number five is something again that a lot of people suggest. It's take a book everywhere you go. So that whenever you get some free time, you start reading it. I personally never do that, and I never suggest that to anyone, honestly, because I get distracted really easily, and I have already mentioned remove distractions. So if you get distracted from noise, from a lot of people, crowded places, never take a book out there. Number six is to take it slow. Take it slow. Time is there with you. It's not going anywhere. Just don't rush things in and be like, okay, let me just read this book as well and this book as well, and just let me read that one as well. Don't do that. Just take things slow. Your books are still going to be there waiting for you, and you are just going to be there later on reading them. So just don't pace it. because it just will put you literally off reading. Everybody has a pace, and when you are in the initial stages of starting a new habit, you are obviously going to be slow at it. So just understand that and read however much you are able to read in the time span that you have dedicated for yourself for each day. Number 7, it's a rule that I seriously try to live by, but it's really hard for me, and it's, if you don't like it, don't read it. Stop right there. You are not supposed to read books when you don't like them. You are not supposed to like books when you are not liking them. If you don't like a book, stop reading it, because when you don't like a book and you keep on reading it, it just gets on your nerve, number 1. Number 2, it keeps you away from reading something else that would be much more entertaining, much more informative for you. And number 3, it just puts you off reading for quite a long time. I have gone through reading slumps because of this, because I didn't like a book and I kept on reading it, and it just put me off reading. And I was like, okay, time for a break. And number 8, experiment with genres and authors. As I said earlier, in the beginning, it gets really overwhelming with the way there are so many books and so many authors. But what you have to do is to experiment. Don't just live off of other people's recommendations. So just experiment with, there are so many genres, there are so many authors, so experiment with them. Experiment with reading other books, books of different authors, books of different genres, and eventually you will find something that you absolutely love. And also remember that it's a lifelong process. Number 9 is, initially, don't make any reading goals at all. I know it's really tempting to set up goals and be like, okay, this year I want to read this many books, but don't do that, because first of all, you are going to be slow in reading in the beginning. And second of all, sometimes you just won't want to read at all, and it's completely normal. And thirdly, if you put a number to something that you are starting at, there would come a point where you would be like, okay, let me just read this book because I want to get closer to my goal of reading. And what that would do is it would take away the leisure, the love, the comfort out of reading, and it would just be a number game for you. And the last point is, make sure to write down a summary of what you read. And that really helps actually. It helps in you remembering what you have read. It helps in long-term memory. It just gets saved in your subconscious and you remember who you read, what you read, and what was in the book. So those were the 10 tips or things that I think will help you develop reading as a habit. If you want to add anything to it, leave that in the comments below. And just tell me how many years it has been since you have been reading. Share your favorite book with me in the comments. And yeah. With that note, we have come to the end of this video. If you like my content, make sure to give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to do that by clicking the subscribe button down below. If you want to follow me on my socials, the links are in the description, and I will see you guys really soon, inshallah. Till then, take care. God bless you. Assalamu alaikum. Bye.